I'm Tori. I'm the owner of a web agency. I give Freshdesk a 5 out of 5. For more reviews like this, click below. Before using Freshdesk, our agency was using Zendesk, and we went with that provider because one of our partners used it and we had had a good experience with it. For our agency, which is smaller than our partner that was using Zendesk, we found that their solution was honestly built for larger companies than we were. We didn't find that their platform or their pricing was flexible enough for us and our team size to work with how flexible and nimble we are. It felt a little clunky, and for our team and our clients, it didn't create as positive or as user-friendly of an experience as we needed. We explored lots of other options. When we realized that the current solution we were using for a ticketing system wasn't cutting it, our operations person looked at 5, 6, 7 different options for a new ticketing system. We tried at least 3 of those internally before we made a decision, and we ended up choosing Freshdesk for several reasons. It seems a little bit of a cheap shot to mention pricing, but their pricing was just honestly better and more flexible for a small agency. And we felt like it would let us scale up with new agents and scale down as we had turnover or business changes, and it wouldn't really, we wouldn't feel handcuffed to the pricing model. So that was one reason. We also really loved some of the other products that I think their parent company is called Fresh Solutions or Freshworks. We liked a lot of the other products that they had and had been considering them for some time in the future. If we needed those products, we felt it would be nice to have them in a suite. So we did kind of choose Freshdesk as part of what might be in the future a larger suite of products that would work for us. We had a good experience with their customer service and their sales representatives when we had questions. And we found that the way that tickets actually showed up in our clients' email inboxes was easier to understand and more intuitive for them to interact with, and just like less ugly than what we had experienced with the email notifications for the previous provider that we had tried to work through and just like we couldn't get it customized the way that we wanted it. So those are some of the main reasons, and our clients absolutely adore this solution. When it came time to actually migrate from Zendesk to Freshdesk, we were able to use some migration tools that Freshdesk provided, and it was kind of time consuming, but I would say compared to my expectations of what was going to happen with maybe data loss from the tickets that were in the old system and into the new one, and how much time I thought it would take, it was nothing compared to what I expected. It was really a breeze if you think about migrating a whole bunch of data that is important to preserve, including client data from one system to another. So I think Freshdesk did a really good job building a tool that would allow you to have a migration of sorts from a competitor tool. And even though I was not the primary person doing all the manual migration, I heard from my team that even though it took a couple days of really intense work, they were really, really happy with the migration process. And from there, it was like a breeze for us to tell our clients, here's how you send in a ticket, and here's what this is going to look like. Here's how you set up a login and everything like that. So really, in general, quite easy. The advice that I would give someone considering using Freshdesk as their ticketing system tool is I have no hesitations recommending the tool at all. If you are hesitant and if there's anything that I could say that might make implementing it feel less stressful or easier, would be to discuss with your, I would say, most demanding clients that have opinions to spare, if they would be willing to help you implement something in terms of beta testing. That's something that we did. We had some of our best paying, longest term, most opinionated clients very, very excited and happy to work with us through trying out a new ticketing system because they cared how it worked for them. And they were able to basically help us, approve and select the tool that we used. And that helped them actually feel like they had really important buy-in to an operational piece of a business that wasn't theirs. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I'll share it as something that we did try and that worked really well. But I have no hesitation that you could roll out this tool to your entire client base and they would have a great experience with it.